Alright, we got a unmarked number 3. It's got a little slight wobble in it, but it's good. We got our Griswold number 8. Very beautiful pan. I believe that's Block Logo. We got our favorite number 5, smiley face logo. We're also using a Lodge as an ashtray. And we're going to do some potatoes, so we're going to boil it in our enamel. Alright, we got our potatoes. We got our onion. We're going to do some hamburger, can of corn. I made this nice honey and garlic fermented business. We're going to incorporate that. You know, olive oil, all that good stuff. Some gravy, mate. Yep. Alright, tell me how you did your onion.
Alright, so we used the number 3, the small pan in the collection. This right here is a Vidalia sweet onion. I cored out the middle. I used about a quarter of a stick of butter and I sliced it into quarters. So I did 2 chunks, little gravy master. I used Sazon, a couple 2 chunks more of butter, and I hit it with Worcestershire. Voila. Alright, we're going in the oven right now for 45 minutes. Got our other pans preheated for the rest of the meal.
Go Patriots. Alright, we got our water boiling, ready for the potatoes.
Little extra virgin olive oil first.
Alright, we got our pans preheated. We're going to go ahead and add some bacon grease from a previous cook. Alright, now what are you doing?
Alright, so we just dropped the hamburger about a couple of minutes ago, browning it. Seasoned one side with a little salt, sea salt, a little pepper. Give it a little stir, hear that sizzle? While we preheat the cast iron. Sea salt. Bang. Fresh cracked pepper. Kind of run a little low on this. I like to do it on the medium setting so it's a little bit chunky. Let that cook and brown. As we go, we add the fresh herbs.
Alright. Let's see it. Yep.
Now it's time for the corn. This right here is some garlic. It's been fermenting in raw honey for, what do you want to say, 50 days so far?
Yeah.
Almost 2 months?
Yeah, definitely.
So this honey goes good when you're cooking. I like, especially with vegetables. I'm trying to get a little char on this. So I'm going to use the sugars and the honey.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to get a char and flip it. It's going to add some great flavor. A lot of garlic infused.
We've drained the grease off of the hamburger. I'm going to set that aside. A little update on the corn.
Getting a little char on it because that sugar from the honey that we added.
Right. Yeah. So.
Alright, this corn's starting to get a little caramelized. I think I'm just going to shut the heat off for now, and then we'll add it later to the final shepherd's pie.
Good. Ready.
Alright, so we've drained our potatoes. This is my little trick when I do it. About a third of a stick of butter, 4 good-sized red potatoes, but I got like a tablespoon of salt, sea salt, a tablespoon of pepper, but I put my butter and the seasonings in the hot pan. The hot pan starts to help melt it first before you add your potatoes. up. Right now we have about a half a cup of whole milk. Add that in. Get the potatoes nice and creamy. We're going to mash them up by hand. I'm going to get like 4.
Alright, we got our mashed potatoes ready, our corn, our hamburger. We have 7 minutes left on the clock for the onion. Now it's time to take the onion out.
Hamburger in the Griswold number 8.
Then we got our onion. And we got our corn. And mashed potatoes. Got a little smoked paprika. And Velveeta singles.
Alright, so we got the oven set at 375. This whole masterpiece going in for 25 minutes.
And now it's time for some fresh herbs. Alright, what are you doing with your onion gravy?
Well, so we're going to repurpose that pan that we baked the onion in. I was going to make McCormick brown gravy, but we got a couple onion slivers. Going to splash a little red wine. Get the flavors off the pan from the onion. Add this. It calls for a cup of water. Maybe we'll use 3/4 cup. The rest make up the red wine.
Alright, tell us that gravy.
So, a little gravy update. So, we added the 1 pack of McCormick. We used a cup of water that it asked for. We had a 1/4 cup of red wine and some slivers of the onion. The flavor's not quite there, so we're adding a little drizzle of this fermented honey, raw honey, and garlic cloves that we have. We've had this going for a while. We used it earlier. Adding this in here for the sweetness. Maybe it's going to need like a touch of salt. Maybe some pepper. We don't know. Alright, so our meal's been cooking for 25 minutes. It's about time to take it out, see what we're looking like. Alright folks, this is what we call it. Shepherd's pie, TK style. Vintage cast iron cook. I don't think it's going to come out in one. Let me get the rice spatula.
You got it.
Ready?
Yeah.
And that's the shepherd's pie.